The Zach Lavine comeback is officially real. What up, everybody? It's your boy STG Hoops with a brand new video. And as a diehard Chicago Bulls fan, we're creeping up to the NBA season. I'm really excited to start talking a lot about some hoops. And we're going to talk about Zach Lavine and his comeback. Now, Zach Lavine has been a very, very familiar face for the Chicago Bulls in the past, 4 to 5 years. Because aside from him, obviously we had the DeMar DeRozan experiment. We had Patrick Williams and Lonzo and, a lot of newcomers, Vucevic. And obviously we have Kobe White and rookies and things like that. But Zach Lavine has pretty much been the next Bull, right? The face of the franchise, if you will. Obviously since Jimmy Butler, and then obviously before that was our MVP, Derrick Rose. And I know there's a lot of people who criticize Zach Lavine a lot, but I really, before we kind of talk about his comeback, let's just shed some light. Without Zach Lavine, the Bulls literally would be non-existent. This brother is a two-time All-Star. He literally averaged a couple seasons ago 27 points a game. He was number 5 in the most improved player of the year twice. In 2 years in a row, he just climbed the ladder for MIP, and he was an All-Star twice. And obviously the Bulls just never were able to live up to their full potential with DeMar DeRozan, Lonzo Ball, and the whole crew. Injuries obviously were a huge cause of that. But nonetheless, this is a season that is going to be a very, very different season for this Bulls squad. Now, before we kind of dive deep in, if you made it this far, go ahead and just give this video a like, everybody. It really means the world. We don't script these videos. We speak from the heart, and I just love talking about the game of ball. So if you guys really can dig with this type of content, then hey, giving it a subscribe and like really means the world. Now, going into this season, we actually made a video a couple months ago called The Chicago Bulls Comeback is Real. And to pretty much summarize in a sentence what the whole gist of that video was essentially the Bulls obviously no longer have Caruso and no longer have DeRozan, etc. And you would think from an outside's perspective that this team is looking to tank for Cooper Flag or whatever. But in my honest opinion, what I deduced from that video was this team is way too talented to be the worst team in the NBA, even without DeMar DeRozan, etc. Not saying we're going to be a Boston Celtics first seed in the East, but we're definitely not going to be the lowest seed in, the Eastern Conference. I just think we have too much talent. With Matas, our rookie, with Vooch still on the squad, with Kobe White, who had a great season, might be an All-Star this season, right? With Zach Lavine, who we're going to talk about shortly, and many other pieces. I just think we have a lot of talent. Just kind of speaking, frankly with y'all. Now, going into Zach Lavine specifically, DeMar DeRozan, you killed it. We love you. I wish you the best in Sacramento. You were a class act, and you were literally game winners and just gave it your all, played almost every game last season, and just so much heart. Caruso, same, man. We loved your energy. We love what you did. I wish y'all both the best. You guys are going to great teams, OKC and Sacramento. Wishing y'all nothing but the best. You guys did work for us. Andre Drummond, you too, my man. I hope you kill it in Philly. The thing is, with Zach Lavine, if you recall, when Zach Lavine had an opportunity to play just with Vucevic, right? When Vooch landed on the Chicago Bulls, and it was just Vooch and Zach, right? And Vooch kind of came mid-season. We saw what Zach's potential was. He had a 49-point game once, 50-point game, triple overtime. He was scoring. He was just doing everything. And then obviously, what happened after that is with everybody comes and now you got to split the load. But people don't realize DeMar DeRozan and Zach Lavine, 25 points a game each, both All-Stars the first season DeMar came. But then obviously a lot had to do with injuries. A lot had to do with who's going to get the ball, who's going to shoot. You have a lot of people who want shots, man. You got Vooch, DeMar, Zach. It's hard. Who's A1, who's A2? Lavine really had to take a step back. I think the Lavine comeback is going to be real this season. I think he's going to prove a lot of people wrong because this entire offseason, the whole narrative was Zach is going to get traded, right? Whispers were obviously Caspered, the end of the last season, and we thought he obviously had a season-ending injury. And we thought he was going to get traded then. No. This offseason, Zach to the Lakers, Zach to this, Zach to Dallas, whatever, to the Warriors. It didn't happen. Right? It's very quiet because we're so engrossed into NFL season, and NFL is just, I'm having so much fun watching football this season. But nonetheless, Bulls talk has been pretty quiet. But Zach ain't traded, and he's not going to get traded. He's going to start the season with the Chicago Bulls. And I think personally, he feels like he has a lot to, he has a lot to prove. I saw some clips of him in the offseason. He's dunking, he's slamming, he's healthy, he's ready to go. Zach, Kobe White's gonna kill it. Matas, our rookie, Paul George in a podcast said this kid can hoop. He's gonna be, one of the best rookies coming out of this class. So, that's really exciting. We saw what he did in offseason. So I think the Bulls really are going to do well. Not well, but I think Zach Lavine specifically is going to do well. And I think they're going to do well enough to not land Cooper Flag, unfortunately. Right? Because we all want Cooper Flag, but look, man, Zach, 29 years old, he's literally still in his prime. Still in his prime, bro. Prime age used to be like 26, 27, not anymore with technology advancement, bro. 29, you're still in your prime, bro. And I think Zach Lavine is really going to prove a lot of people wrong. Now, that being said, that doesn't mean he's going to stay a Bull the whole season, right? Because what do teams do? When someone's really starting to kill it, then that's when you can get a solid trade piece. So it is very possible that Zach Lavine does end up doing really well and then gets traded to the Lakers, etc., so that they can officially compete for their, obviously tanking for Cooper Flag. But look, man, Zach, you done a lot for us as Chicago Bulls fans. You gave us a 50-point game when nobody has done that in a minute, bro. You had beautiful dunks. You had beautiful energy. You had big moments, man. I remember the play-in game against, Atlanta a couple years ago? Beautiful, bro. You can't make it up. When Zach Lavine decides to disseminate, and when he takes some better shots and he's aggressive and starts attacking and forgets about the injury, and that's not easy mentally, and he gets his teammates involved, which we saw glimpses of last season, and facilitates but then takes smarter shots and just buys into what the team wants to do. And Billy is still the coach, so as long as he's the coach, if he buys into it, bro, his game will elevate. Defensively, Zach Lavine has gotten better. Now you have a teammate in Kobe White who's literally starting to really emerge and get the world on the map and on notice. And this brother, I'm excited for Kobe White. This is Lavine's opportunity to rewrite the past 1 or 2 seasons and be like, yo, I'm buying in. Let's do this. Let's get this. He's been in Chicago for, aside from just the first 3 years in Minnesota, he's been part of Chicago. We love him, man. We want him to do well, and we know his potential. And with Patrick Williams and Vooch and Kobe and Matas and everybody else that they got in their squad, man, we are hoping and we are rooting for this team, man. At least I am as a Bulls fan, right? So in the comments down below, I really want to hear from yo. How do you think Zach Lavine is going to play this season? Do you think Zach Lavine can actually turn things around? And yo, I forgot to mention, we got Lonzo Ball too. Lonzo Ball said he's playing this season. He said he's playing this season. So that's even more facilitation that's going to happen. That's even more the means for, hey, Zach to be like, yo, buy into this system. You got some guards, you got some scorers, you got a solid squad. Let me know in the comments down below if you think the Zach Lavine comeback is real. As a Bulls fan, I'm rooting for him. Let's do this, man. We're just literally 6 weeks till the NBA season. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a like. And just a raw talk about basketball. That's what we do. Something different, man. Something different. Keep it real, everybody. Peace.